What's going on, everybody? This is Gilberto from Credit Guys, the YouTube channel where we talk all things credit and finance related. Today's video topic is why you should always use a credit card over a debit card. So if you want to learn more about this topic, then without further ado, stay tuned and let's get into it. Why you should always use a credit card over a debit card. Well, let's go over the differences between a credit card and a debit card. So as most of us know, if you're spending any money, you automatically have a bank account, right? And you have a debit card that comes with that bank account. Now, what reasons do we not want to use a debit card for? Well, simple. When you use a debit card, you are essentially putting yourself at risk for fraud and scams, and it's going to be a lot harder to get your money back from the bank, right? The bank is essentially where you're storing all your money, and what they're doing is they're loaning your money out at a certain interest rate to different companies for loans where they're making money off of your money. And so essentially, if you've already spent that money, then the bank sees it as it's gone. There's really no security measures in place if you were to be targeted or a victim of a scam or fraud. Where you essentially lose that money. It's very hard to get that money back. And anytime you ever spend on your debit card, you're not accumulating any points. You don't get any benefit out of spending, using your debit card to basically for your purchases, right? There's no purchasing power on your debit card, whereas some credit cards may offer you incentives such as a certain amount of points for every dollar you spend that you can be used to redeem for different things such as flights, hotels, cash back, things of that nature. So that is one of the main reasons why you don't want to use your debit card. Let's go over the benefits of a credit card. So when you use a credit card, you are essentially using the bank's money, right? The company, or you're using the creditor's money, right? They're issuing you a credit. Let's say you have a credit line of $3,000. If something were to happen where if you were to get scammed or you were a victim of fraud, right, and they rack up a bunch of debt on that credit card, the first thing you're going to want to do is call them up and say, hey, this was not me. I did not initiate this purchase, X, Y, and Z. And almost immediately, if you have a really great credit card company, what they're going to do is they're automatically going to issue you a credit, and they're going to open up an investigation on where that money went, right? And 9 times out of 10, if it wasn't you, then you're going to get that money back and you're not going to be held liable to make those payments, right? Because credit card companies, they don't want, that's their money that you're spending, right? So if you say, hey, you're the designated person of this credit card and you did not make this purchase, well, hey, we need to get that money back, right? The credit card company is not in business to lose money like that. And the way they make their money is by your interest payments, right? So they don't want to lose you as a client. So if you're stating that something is fraud, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to issue you a credit. They're going to open up investigation. Once the investigation is done, you're basically going to win that investigation and you won't be liable for the missing money, right? So that's one of the big benefits of using a credit card company. The next thing is that they're going to be incentives, right? One of the big incentives I see now that is pretty important is 0% interest. So what that means is any purchases you may make, they're going to give you 0% interest on those purchases. Some companies do it for 6, 12, 15, even 24 months. So let's say you were to buy an expensive item. I don't know, maybe you need tires for your vehicle, or you're trying to purchase new furniture for your home, and you just don't want to shell out the cash for it and you'd rather make it in payments. Well, rather than doing like the furniture store credit card or the tire store credit card that racks up interest, you can get an interest-free credit card, put the whole amount on that credit card, and they'll essentially give you 12, 15, or 24 months to make payments on that card, on that balance without any interest, right? And that gives you enough cushion to know that you're making all your payments toward the principal of your item and you're not paying anything extra in terms of interest, right? So that's one of the major benefits. The other one is going to be credit card points. So there's many credit cards out there. Some are going to be for hotels, some are going to be for flights, and some of them are going to be for cash back, and then one of them is going to be for just generalized items, right? So for example, if you get a cash back credit card, well, 1 point equals, $1. So any dollar that you spent, you'll get back 1 point that can be redeemed for cash. So essentially, if you have 50,000 points, you can redeem that, and it could turn out to be $50 or $100 or $150 that you can now use either on your credit card statement, or some banks even will deposit that cash into your bank account. The other one's going to be hotel points, right? If you're somebody who likes to travel a lot and you like to stay at nice hotels, well, the other one is you can get a nice hotel card. And with these hotel cards, anytime that you use your points to book a night at a hotel, right, or book your card to stay at a hotel, it'll add points onto your card, and those points can essentially be used for free nights at your hotel. Or if you just go and you spend everyday items on your credit card, right, for gas, groceries, miscellaneous items, right, all those are getting you points that you can now transfer over into that hotel card that will essentially give you free hotel stays. The same thing applies for an airline's credit card, right? You get an airline's credit card, any dollar that you spend will give you 1 point. That 1 point can be redeemed for free flights anywhere you're choosing. So that's basically the gist of this video. Why you always want to use a credit card versus a debit card, right? The debit card, no protection purchases. That means if you get scammed or frauded, you're going to be most likely held liable for that money. No building of the point system, so you're basically spending your money and you're not getting anything in return, versus using a credit card. They're gonna have great protection bonuses. They're gonna have great sign-on bonuses. They're gonna have 0% interest for a year or 2 years, and you're also gonna get points on the dollar for everything that you spent that can be used to be redeemed for hotels, flights, and cashback offers. So that was today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Gilberto from Credit Guys. Take care.